on camera.
And an array of suspects confounds Angela Lansbury on Murder, She Wrote. Then on Crazy Like a Fox, Harry's put behind bars.
I'm innocent.
But proving puts Harrison in the doghouse. And on Trapper John,
some Looney Tune in Metro High is splitting skulls.
it's all Sunday.
This is CBS.
Peggy Fox, would your glass cleaner clean lipstick without streaking?
I don't know.
Try Glass Plus. Mrs. Fox has never used Glass Plus before.
I think it's great.
Now look at this greasy stove. Would you use a glass cleaner on that?
No.
Try Glass Plus. It cleans more than glass.
It did it. The stove looks great. I'm very surprised.
Glass Plus cleans glass.
Plus, a whole lot more.
On behalf of Burger King, I am pleased to announce that we have just changed the Whopper.
You changed the Whopper? My Whopper?
I am sure we have your complete support.
After all I've done for you, this is how you repay me?
The new Whopper has more beef than ever. More beef than Big Mac or Wendy's Single, and it beat them both for best taste.
It's bigger? Tastes better?
Why don't you try it?
The new Whopper. More beef than Big Mac or Wendy's Single, and winner for best taste.
Take it from an expert. It's terrific.
The all-new Ohio Pass 85 coupon book. The hottest tickets this season for saving money. On thrilling attractions, culture and history, exciting outdoor adventures, and all kinds of accommodations. To get your free Ohio Pass 85 worth over $1,000 in money-saving coupons, call 1-800-BUCKEYE and get a free coupon book with the hottest tickets to Ohio.
You're watching WTRF-TV 7 Wheeling.
Good evening. Belmont County Sheriff Tom McCourt will be turning over information Monday to the FBI that he gained from his investigation of a 31-year employee with the county. McCourt investigated tax mapping activities involving Stanley Doc Stando. Stando was involved in checking deed descriptions of land to ensure that they met county standards. But there reportedly was a controversy between Stando and surveyors about how he was doing his job. Stando retired Wednesday after a meeting with County Engineer Fred Bennett. But his attorney, Richard Lancione, says he wasn't forced to retire and that rumors that he falsified deeds were totally untrue.
I'm just surprised at how much blown out of proportion the thing has become. There was a controversy that involved Fred Bennett, the county engineer's office. The controversy was raised and brought to Doc Stando's attention. Doc consulted me, we talked with Fred. We never even got into the details of what the problem was. Doc said, well, I'm 62, I've got 31 years service with the county. I'm not in the best health, I don't need a controversy, I'm just going to retire. And that's as far as the thing has gone. And my understanding is that the sheriff is satisfied with that he feels very confident that the FBI will be satisfied with that, and I'm sure that the persons who initiated the complaints should be satisfied with that. So our feeling is the controversy is over.
Fred Bennett, the county engineer, was unavailable for comment today. No charges have been filed in connection with that investigation.
A financial analyst today testified in U.S. bankruptcy court that he is not aware of any intent by the United Steelworkers Union to take over Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel through an employee stock ownership plan. The testimony by David Supino occurred during a hearing on the company's petition to void its contract with the USW. The company claims it has to cut labor costs more than $6 per hour for 5 years to reorganize its debt. Judge Warren Bentz has until July 20th to rule on the company's request. There are concerns tonight about security at the State Department, where a gunman today shot a female employee. 22-year-old Edward Doster walked into a State Department office in Washington with a rifle. He then shot his 44-year-old mother to death and then killed himself. The shooting took place about 50 yards from Secretary of State Schultz's office. However, a State Department spokesman said there was never any danger to any government official.
Police information to this point indicates that it was a family matter. The male civilian allegedly shot the female employee and then apparently committed suicide. Names are being withheld pending notification of next of kin. The incident in no way relates to any official business of the State Department or any of its officials. At no time was there a threat to the Secretary of State or any other senior officials of the department. This was not a terrorist incident.
$170 cars and trucks must be sold in the month of June at McCombs. Like this 1979 Datsun pickup, $49 down, $85 a month. Look at that selling price, $24.88. Look at this 1979 Chevy 4x4 pickup truck, sale price, $35.88. Or this 1980 Chevy pickup truck, $49 down, $132 a month. Sale priced, $37.88. Join us during our June selling spree at McCombs, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Dodge Trucks.
Get on the Dean's list. William Dean's the one. William Dean Realty gets it done. When you want satisfaction, get action-packed know-how, and get on the Dean's list now, yeah.
Graduate to homeownership. Get on the Dean's list with William Dean Realty.
My lesson is a man of few words. So when he said, phone bill's too high, I called C&P for the answers on local service options. Besides unlimited service, they have what they call message rate service, where you get so many calls for one basic fee. Then there's economy, it's your smallest fee, and you only pay for as many calls as you make. In other words,
the less you talk, the less it costs.
To see what your options are, call for the Answers Guide, free from C&P. We want you to get your money's worth, and we prove it every day.
Bob Bishop, pilot of the world's smallest jet, the Coors Light Silver Bullet. Coors Light, the right light one. The Silver Bullet. Coors Light Beer.
The first week of the TWA hostage crisis in Beirut is over, but there were no signs today of any movement on the diplomatic front in efforts to free the U.S. prisoners.
It was a scene reminiscent of another American hostage crisis in another country at another time. More than 1,000 Shiite Muslims marched on the Beirut airport today in support of the hijacking, in condemnation of America.
Down, down, America!
These are Lebanon's Islamic fundamentalists, members of Hezbollah, the Party of God. Backed by Iran and the Ayatollah Khomeini, it was Hezbollah Shiites who hijacked TWA Flight 847, but later gave custody of all but 6 of the hostages to the more moderate Shiite leader, Nabi Berri. Today, Hezbollah emphasized its role. Condemning the United States for its support of Israel and demanding the release of Shiite prisoners now held there, the demonstrators paraded onto the runway to celebrate around the plane. But the Shiite militiamen aboard the jet headed off the mob, boarded a motorized stairway, and joined the rally. For more than 2 hours, they celebrated what they called their victory over the oppressive West. It was a show of Shiite solidarity, complete with the burning of an American flag. Though it ended peacefully, it was clear that those who initiated the hijacking do not want to be forgotten, do not want to be ignored. And that could ultimately fuel a rivalry between radical and moderate Shiites, further complicating, further delaying the release of the hostages. Back at the airplane, those in charge of the 3-man American crew were not about to relinquish their control. Bill Redeker, CBS News, Beirut.
If the governments failed, maybe the people could succeed. Those were the words of a group of Lebanese Americans who journeyed from Detroit to a small church in Algonquin, Illinois. They presented a plan to the church's pastor, Father Bill McDonnell, who was a freed hostage of last week's hijacking of the TWA jet. The Lebanese group volunteered to go to Lebanon and try to negotiate the release of the remaining 40 hostages. In turn, the group wants the families of hostages to go to Israel to try to seek the release of some 700 Palestinian and Shiite prisoners. Well, it is the first day of summer. Would you like to hear a first day of summer story?
Yes.
It happened in Pittsburgh. A couple of months ago, back when it was snowing, the people at Buell Science Center asked Pittsburgh area residents to freeze snowballs, bring them to Buell Science Center on the first day of summer, and gain free admission. There were 1,800 snowballs delivered today to the Buell Science Center.
You're kidding me.
I can see you're about as impressed as I am with